Good.
Hello everyone, this is Saikna once more time, coming with Troy. Hello Troy.
Hey, hello.
So we are coming from the Hagia Sophia, the Church of Holy Wisdom here in Constantinople, or Istanbul as it is known right now. So a brief history on Istanbul, or Constantinople. It was first established by Greek colonists around 2,600 years ago. But when it was first established, it was just a small city. Nothing really special or amazing was happening around here. But 900 years after its establishment, or 1,700 years ago, the Roman Emperor Constantine, he was fighting one of his enemies, and he came to this one city because he was over here, but his enemy was over here. And he was besieging Byzantium, and he found out that Byzantium had this incredible location right on Asia and Europe. It had all this, it was the center of a lot of different trade routes, and it had a very strategic location that he could defend very easily from. And so, Constantine decided to create a new capital over here, and he called his capital New Rome. But everybody called it Constantinopolis, or Constantine's city. So after Constantine's death, around 200 years after his death, the city had become very large because the Roman Empire was investing a lot of money and a lot of policies into developing the city. In the beginning, for example, they allowed all criminals to come here for free. They could get land here, they could get houses here, and so they had like a massive boom in population. So by the time of Justinian, 200 years after Constantine, or 1,500 years ago, this city had 1 million people. And it was at that time, cities like Paris, cities like London, for example, had only 50,000. So comparing 50,000 to 1 million, that was why this city, Constantinople, by the locals around this area, by the Greeks, by the Turks, for example, it was never called Constantinople in normal everyday conversation. It was always called the city, because it was the only truly great city in this area of the world. And it was the capital of the Roman Empire for 1,100-ish years, give or take. And sometimes we call that the Byzantine Empire. It's basically the same thing. And for this particular church itself, it was built 1,500 years ago by the Emperor Justinian. Now, the Emperor Justinian is one of those people with an amazing history. The guy started just as a poor farmer. He became an emperor. He was the last person to really try and unite the Roman Empire. He reformed the legal code, which his legal code, Justinian's code, is actually the basis for a lot of civil law around the world, even today. And he reformed the religion, he reformed the economy, and he, as I said, he tried to do the last time where he united the Roman Empire. So North Africa and Italy were united once again. But Justinian's dream wasn't successful because eventually, in the end, the empire still fell apart. So after Justinian's death, Italy and North Africa was lost, and when the Arabs invaded, they also lost Egypt, they lost Syria, they lost Palestine, they lost Israel, so all of that land was also gone. But this church, the Church of Holy Wisdom itself, at that time, was the greatest Christian church in the world. And it was in this location that the emperors of Rome would be crowned, and where a lot of the major processions and events were held. So this was the center of that part of the world, right, for a very long time, for over 1,000 years. And it only began to start falling after the attack of the Turks around 1,000 years ago. There was a battle called Manzikert in eastern Turkey. It's a very amazing battle. And after that, the Byzantines began to lose more and more of Turkey. But they really started to lose when they were attacked by their own Christian brothers from Italy, from France, from Germany, because these people had, it's a long story, but let's just say that the Crusaders, these people, the Italians and the French and the Germans, they were Crusaders. They betrayed the Byzantines. They destroyed the city. They sacked everything. They killed the people. And for 60 years, the Byzantine Empire, the Roman Empire, didn't have its capital. And after 60 years, once they finally got it back, they were too weak to do anything about it anymore. So once the Ottomans began to rise, in 1453, they couldn't fight against them anymore. They were too small, too weak, too poor, and the Ottomans were so strong, they had cannons, and they finally took over the city, and they turned the Church of Holy Wisdom into a mosque. So for around 400 years, or a bit over 400 years, the Hagia Sophia was a mosque. But after Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, when he created the Republic of Turkey, and he wanted to move a lot of things to become more secular, less religious, more European, more westernized, he made the Church of Holy Wisdom into a museum, and that's how it is today. And yeah, we'll be going to a few more amazing places, we'll be taking a lot of pictures, and we'll be making one more video at the end of the day at the Theodosian Walls. So, that's it.